A grand final evening to you all. Welcome back to more sweaty MLE standard action during our grand finals. Our 7 p.m. matchup, Academy League Dodgers at Hurricanes. I'm your host, Des Jockey, and with me is your friendly Rocket League barista, Ice Cold Brew. How you doing, ICB?
Doing excellent so far. We just saw a fantastic game over in the FL side for threes between the Bears and the Aviators, with the Bears just pushing and just fantastic teamwork, which is what you want to see in threes. And I'm interested to see if the Dodgers and Hurricanes will be able to show a stronger performance and what chemistry looks like on the field overall.
Yeah, you definitely tend to see a little bit more teamwork as you start to climb the ranks. For those of you unfamiliar, of course, we have Foundation League, then Academy League is the next step up. Usually get people in around the standard Rocket League ranking of champ up into the mid-champ range. So it'll be interesting to see what the teamwork looks like this evening. It's the championships. It's make or break time, win or go home.
Yeah, and we have two very strong teams on the field as well. Over at the Hurricanes side, we have a roster of 4, all 12 fives, all the very top of champ with Dalton, Ricochet, and signees. While over at the Dodgers side, we have Walsh, Toasty McGrosty, and Ski. Toasty McGrosty and Ski both at 12-5, and Walsh at an 11-5. I'm wondering if that 1 point salary difference will be what could change the momentum for the Dodgers here. As they start the game off and away, we have signees taking this ball up center, passes towards the half-court line, and Walsh tries to get in the way. Ball denied by the Hurricanes as it still pops up high. Ski chasing after it, and it hits ground.
Definitely a bit of ping pong here to start this one off. A good save there. Was that a save by Walsh? We got white and green here, so I'm just getting acclimated to the colors here on the field. But Walsh cleared that one away. A good save on what was pretty much an open net. Going back to what you were talking about with these two teams, Toasty McGrosty there with the 1.2 goals per game on average. And that puts him in the top 10 at 9th there across the league. So definitely looking to see him make some interesting plays and score some goals here in this series.
Yeah, when I think about Orange Conference top players, Toasty McGrosty is definitely one of them. But Dalton here is going to take that chance from the ball getting thrown to the side and just finds an open net at the back line. Walsh not able to commit. Toasty McGrosty too far up, and a bump between Walsh and Ski as well. Unfortunate for the Dodgers.
Yeah, it looks
lucky
like
break for the Hurricanes.
A little bit of miscommunication there, ICB. You got Ski and Walsh kind of in the same place, but props to Dalton too for getting off the wall quickly with that pinch and following that up. They weren't expecting it, thought they had a little bit more time, and Hurricanes capitalized real quick early. Interested to see what the defense looks like here from the Hurricanes, because I know that across some of the other leagues, they're known really well for their strong defense.
Absolutely, and a little fun extra fact for you as well. That's not going to be the first time we see the Dodgers facing off the Hurricanes, at least between two different leagues. We have Premier League later tonight with Dodgers and Hurricanes as well playing threes. So maybe we'll see if there's going to be a bit of back and forth between two high contested, very strong teams, as Ricochet they will carry that ball forward. Double commit from Toasty McGrosty and Ski, but Toasty McGrosty winning out on it. Goes for a doozy, tries to drop it in. It's outside the post. Can Walsh pump up it in? No, Ricochet denies and sends it off and away. Loving this defense from the Hurricanes back line right now. Not cracking under pressure.
A great defense from the Hurricanes. Great opportunity there as he was basically Goomba stomped there, but the Dodgers able to clear this one away. Walsh now looking for an opportunity. Ricochet with another clear in front of the net. Isn't going to count as a save, but he takes control of this one. Toasty keeping this in for the Dodgers now. Now, Shanez trying to get this ball out, but it's just kept in the corner. Now he has an opportunity. A little bit of a breakaway in the corner, trying to get the ball across. What we're seeing a lot as that ball comes into the corners is these teams are really trying to go for the solo plays. Not too much passing or team play action so far yet, ICB, and I think that's really going to be what breaks this game open.
I'd have to agree with that as well, too. You see Dalton passing it back towards Phineas as well. But I think it's also a little bit of stream nerves as well, too. This is grand finals. This is a best of 7 for all the squads here, and this could be the defining moments of a championship caliber team. As Joseph McRosty misses the connection there, Dalton's able to pass it up. He gets blocked by Walsh and Ski, but Ricochet doesn't give up on the play. Passes it forward over into the corner. Joseph McRosty, he denies, brings it down to the side. Can Ski get there in time for Dalton? On the backboard, Toasty can't jump up, but Walsh might be able to get a touch off the backboard. Cannot commit, and we have another breakaway for the Hurricanes as well. Dodgers just not able to find another goal for themselves. Woo! Off the backboard on that one.
Just missed opportunities there on the pass, but also great defense by the Dodgers. I think that the Hurricanes here, just looking quick at the stat line, 5-3 on the shot count right now, even on the saves, 2 for each team. I think that the Hurricanes just show a little bit more ball possession and patience right now. They're seeing a few more passes, a few more readiness. Also, good reads off the ball there. Ricochet getting that one away from Ski, and just kind of keeping them on their toes, making sure that the Dodgers aren't getting anything free, which the Hurricanes kind of, got a free one earlier. So it's still a very close game with only 20 seconds left to go. There's still opportunities for Dodgers to get back into this, but the Hurricanes will clear it away.
Oh, and that's going to hurt. That pass upfield by Dalton, not able to find Sneeze at all. Now Ricochet goes to control and challenge Walsh, able to slow the ball down. Ball back into the corner. Toasty McRosty trying to set up for Ski. You can see Walsh also commits as well, but that's going to give the ball away to the Hurricanes, and that's going to force the ball to ground. Taking the first game in their favor, just by 1 goal, and it's just because of a rotational mistake as well. That has to hurt.
Yeah, that's a tough game. If you're the Dodgers, you don't want to come out and start the series like that, but you got to keep the whole series in front of you. Like you said, this is grand finals. This is make or break time. This is win or go home. And the Hurricanes both teams have played well all season, but the Hurricanes, their defense is so strong. Like you said, not giving up anything free. All it took was 1 free goal there for the Dodgers, just miscommunication. They weren't there on the rotation and in the wrong position, and the Hurricanes capitalized on that. So if you're the Dodgers, I think you just got to make sure that you're communicating and settling down a little bit.
Yeah, just settle down. Take the 60 seconds between matches, talk it out, figure out what went wrong with the rotations. Why are we double committing? Why are we not communicating? Who's going for ball? Who needs to stay back at 3? And are we going for bumps? Are we going for demos? We need to communicate that as well. And just try to pressure the Hurricanes as much as possible. Keep your rotations clean, tight, and well organized. Just don't hesitate. Don't be afraid, because you can regain. Again, 3 more chances for the Hurricanes to take this series. Right now, Dodgers down by 1, looking for a chance here as we go into the next match on Neo Tokyo.
Yeah, you definitely, as this next game starts, you don't want to change too much there, right? In your game plan and your game style. You're in the grand finals for a reason. So if you beat out all the 30 other teams in the league, in the Academy League, you want to make sure you're not changing too much. And now a little bit of a challenge here from the Dodgers to kick this one off, but they can't really get too much on net, and there always seems to be a Hurricane there, not really making anything of these opportunities. Now Walsh, though, setting this up in the middle of the net, and Dalton with what a save as Toasty was there, almost set that in. A beautiful pass, but it doesn't go home.
This was what I was talking about that the Dodgers need to do. They just need to maintain momentum, maintain pressure. But look at the Hurricanes able to get that recovery. The only miss there was they just were not able to have a man back enough. Dalton diving on this ball. You see Ricochet on the corner and expecting an upfield pass. No one back at back post. Dodgers found that opening. Strong start so far within a minute, but 4 shots underneath that as well. I'm loving the momentum, the pressure from the Dodgers immediately turning around saying, okay, we're running away with this right now.
Yeah, and to make the best of the pressure that they got there, just off the waterfall, not able to get that shot there, and the Dodgers will clear this one back into the Hurricanes side. The pressure from the Hurricanes right now, leaning a bit more into their style of play that they've had most of the season, just making sure that and many of those opportunities were not free, right? None of those earlier opportunities on those first 3 shots were open. But the Dodgers continued to apply pressure, and when they got a chance, when they got that rotation just off the mark for the Hurricanes, then they made sure that they took advantage of it, just like the Hurricanes took advantage of the mistake in game 1 from the Dodgers. Now a little bit more pressure here and some opportunities now for the Hurricanes, but just off the mark.
I don't know if that was because Walsh pressured it or if Ricochet just shot it too high, but a very lucky break for the Dodgers on that crossbar hit. But now Toasty McGrossy able to boom that ball over to the side, trying to slow it down. Toasty McGrossy tries to get a pass over to Ski. Dalton in the way, though, shuts that down. Ricochet up in the air. Walsh off to the post. Ski has a chance, misses the touch. Toasty McGrossy recognizes his last back, gets that ball up to the side, tries to slow down that Hurricane offense. You can see Dalton and Sinise trying to get ready to go. You see Dalton try to bring it down center, and Walsh denies. Pop over by Dalton. Dalton dodges a demo. Toasty McGrossy doesn't get the second connection there as Walsh booms it upfield. And Hurricanes looking for an open net opportunity here. No one to follow up Ricochet's touch, though.
Middle of the field opportunities for both teams. No one can seem to get it out of the mix there in the middle. But now Toasty's going to clear this up to Walsh. Walsh with an opportunity, doesn't go off the wall after that. Leaves it Ricochet. Now a pass over to Ski, who tries to take an opportunity, but doesn't get to bang that one home. Now the Hurricanes looking for an opportunity in the Dodger side, and Sinez puts that one away. A great pass off the corner. We've got a tie game.
Sinez, great anticipation there. Knows exactly where to go, but Ricochet setting that up as well, too, trusting Sinez to get in the way. Unfortunately, Ski and Walsh double committing there, trying to shut that down, trying to get a barrier up, but could not commit. Now we have a tie game. 3 minutes have gone by so far. Walsh looking for another opportunity. Bar down and in off the corner pass from Ski.
A great shot here. A great challenge from Ski. And that could have been bad for the Dodgers. We had a bit of a double commit there from Toasty and from Walsh. They escaped with the goal on that one, but you got to be careful. And if you're the Hurricanes, you got to recognize that you're getting double commits from the Dodgers. So you may be able to just challenge a bit more in the midfield. But if you lose the ball, and don't be afraid to clear it, right? Because that's what's been benefiting them so far in this game. Just getting the quick challenges. Ricochet now with an opportunity, but he goes for the boost. Boost over ball. I think that was an opportunity there. I don't know what the thought was.
I don't think he trusted himself. I don't think he believed that he would be able to clear that ball right into the net on a tight angle. Instead, had to give it up and play for defense instead, hoping either Sinez or Dalton would be able to get that read. Ball shut down, though. Dalton trying to get another chance here. Instead, Walsh is in the way. Ricochet sends it back towards center. Ski misses touch. Ball popped out too far. Toasty McGrossy able to maintain control here. Wants to bring it up and around. Gets over Sinez, but Dalton shuts it down. Another pass to Dalton. Tries to get it center, but not on target. That has to hurt, especially when you hear that 1 minute announcement. That has to mess with the mental game just a little bit.
Yeah, and if you're the Hurricanes, there were opportunities. Everyone was in the right place, but just as it's been so far in this game, it seems like when they're getting the opportunities, teammates are hesitating a little bit. Hurricanes are definitely applying more pressure now. There, a double commit from Ricochet, and Sinez can't get it on target. Walsh clearing this one away. Got to get a challenge for the Hurricanes. You only have 25 seconds here left to go. Sinez clearing this into the corner. Ski tries to clear this off the backboard, doesn't get quite the touch that he wants, and an opportunity from Ricochet, but Toasty is there. Dalton, he's been setting up some great opportunities. There's one right there, and it's off the corner of the goal. That was a wide open net, and he can't put it away. Now the ball's up in the corner. Dalton centering this one, an opportunity, but a save by Walsh, and an incredible save that'll give game 2 to the Dodgers. We have ourselves a series, ICB.
That has to hurt. You can hear the frustration coming from Ricochet, and just it has to hurt when you are put on the line. It is your time to shine. You are in the spotlight. and you hit it right off the post, and it goes sailing away. Dalton tried to recover, but could not do so. And there was a chance between that corner pass. Sainez was going to put that ball on target, but you can see Walsh, 3 saves on the record right now, just able to shut it down immediately. Fantastic work from the Dodgers with 2 goals, 2 assists from Ski to Walsh on that one, and 6 saves overall too, out of the 9 shots from Hurricanes.
Yeah, definitely a very different game from game 1, right? It seems like the nerves have kind of settled a little bit. Both teams playing a little bit more of their game. But if you're the Hurricanes, man, just like the Dodgers wanted game 1 back, you're going to want game 2 back, because there was an opportunity for overtime on several occasions and just missed the mark. There were a couple missed shots there in that game that you want back if you're the Hurricanes, but you got to brush it off. You got game 3 coming up, and we're in final, so best of 7, right, ICBs?
Best of 7, yeah, tied up 1-1 right now. First to 4 match wins will take grand finals. As Sainez has a chance, just centers it the ball. Fantastic kickoff from Sai, able to find that target, and just Dodgers not able to recover. You see Walsh go left side, misses a touch on the ball, and Ski hit too far forward, can't get back in time. Just a bit too quick on the cheek to shut that down.
Toasty with a little bit, it looked like a little bit of panic there as he was coming up into the kickoff. Kind of hit the power slide, and then we have, an opportunity from the Dodgers there, a chance to do exactly the same thing, and it doesn't work out. It's knocked away by the Hurricanes. That incredible defense coming out to shine again. Another save and a double tap from Ski. What a shot. Break this one down.
Sainez tries to get a safe touch into the corner, puts it a bit too far forward. Dalton reacts a bit too late. Ski, fantastic touch off the side of the post just to force Dalton out and get that double tap. Folks, I'm feeling a little thirsty, and that sounds like a balls play of the week. Hit exclamation POTW in the chat as Dalton takes it off the backboard. Sainez tries to bring it down low, but Toast McRossi with the save. We have a tied game 1-1 right now, but just to shout to the chat real quick, we have 87% of y'all with the belief that the Dodgers will run away with it, and 13% of you believe that the Hurricanes will be able to hold on. 16 of y'all, 27 total voted, but 11 voted for Dodgers with a lot of points on the line. Shot from the coast all the way into the back of the net. Walsh with the sniper shot from one side to the other.
And you want to talk about like streamers curse, casters curse, none of that here. The chat is definitely putting gravity in favor of the Dodgers there as he sent that one from the moon. Now another opportunity off the kickoff, and it's just wide. Sainez now in the air, not enough boost to carry that one down. Ski now knocking this one away, and Ricochet's knocked away from the goal, but Dalton manages to corral that one. Still chasing it down into the Dodgers side of the field. Fake? No, it looks like a bit of a miss now. Toasty with an opportunity. Ricochet. That ball's in the middle of the field, in the middle of the net danger zone, but it's cleared away by Sainez. He's demoed. Dalton gets a little bit of payback there. Sainez now setting this one off the backboard down to Ricochet, but Walsh is there to clear it away. And some nice back and forth right now. If you're the Hurricanes, though, you got to get moving, because if the Dodgers score another one here, that could spell doomsday. Just too much momentum potential.
Toast McRossi trying to take it off the backboard to set up Walsh for the assist, but gets denied. Just a little bit too tight end. Ricochet wants to get a pass out to Sainez, but can't find a good lane. So Dalton is forced to jump up for this at the halfway mark. Good deflection from Ricochet. Sainez caught up on the post a bit. Has a chance, though, as Toast McRossi doesn't have the boost to contest. All back in the corner. Hurricanes looking for an opportunity here, but kind of feeling a little bit of panic on their rotations at the moment. Maybe getting some more demos might help out, but that's also a high risk here. Ski and Walsh missing the touch, but not much of a threat there as it gets knocked away by Ski.
And a clear from Ski there off the wall. Just mesmerized. Sorry, I was mesmerized by all this back and forth from these two teams. You got 8 shots from the Dodgers so far, only 1 from the Hurricanes. Another one there, and it's off the post again. You might want to, in between games here, just maybe adjust their reticle or something, because they are just pinging them off the fourth man out there on the field. But Ricochet with an opportunity, but Ski clears it away. Now Sainez trying to go down off the wall, but is cleared away by Walsh. Ricochet tries to manage that ball, can't get a handle on it, and Walsh comes in, takes advantage. Oh man, if you're the Hurricanes, that could spell curtains for this game here, ICB.
Yeah, but there is 2 minutes left to go. Ricochet thought he was safe, didn't hear Walsh coming up behind him to take that goal. But also, I have to talk about Ricochet's shot as well, because you typically do want to try and aim for that corner pocket just inside the post to force the defender out, force them to miss, and give another opportunity, because it's going to be an awkward save either way. But right now, I think the question isn't whether or not you're able to put that ball inside that pocket, but just getting the ball in the net. A minute 30 left to go. Sainez able to get a touch here to McRosty. 50s, ball over to Walsh, who carries it up high. Dalton's on top of it, though, brings it back down low, tries to get a pass to Sainez once again. Ski, last one back. Can't get it around. Can Sainez put it in? No. On target, just off the post. Dalton not able to commit. Ricochet tries to bring it in close, but Toast McRosty is going to walk away with Ski getting a demo. Dalton on target, though. Looks like it's going in. Ski with the denial.
And now you want to get more shots on net. It might be a little too late for the Hurricanes here, but you just got to take every shot opportunity that you have. That earlier miss by Ricochet was his second major miss here of the series. You definitely want to just get your shots on target. Right now, the Dodgers with 9 shots on this game. The Hurricanes finally starting to meet that, but the Dodgers putting on a good show defensively. Now Toasty trying to center this one, but a good touch there from the Hurricanes. Now Ski trying to center it, but Ricochet knocking this one down. Sainez with a good demo. Dalton with an open net opportunity. He slows down. Sainez going for the demo. And what a goal. What a team play with 16 seconds left to go. That's huge.
That's exactly what they needed to do in that moment. They were able to disrupt that rotation, force the Dodgers to just relent a little bit on the pressure, and they just ran away, shoved them out of the way, get them out of that back line, and said, this is my goal, and you are not winning this game easily. But now, 13 seconds left on the clock. Hurricanes need an opportunity. Sainez tries to pinch with Ricochet, cannot do so. Walsh with the deflection. Toots McRosty, demoed by Sainez. Ball going towards the corner. Can't get centered, though. Sainez doesn't have a chance. But Ricochet might be looking for a goal. Ball to the ground, though. Oh, that has to hurt.
Oh, so close. So close there, right at the very end, right off the corner. Couldn't keep the ball up long enough. But ICB, I don't know if you saw what I saw there in the last 30 seconds of that game, but a ton of physical play and demos from the Hurricanes. They're going to want to take that into the next game. And you could tell that it was definitely shaking up the Dodgers and kind of getting them off kilter.
Yeah, it has to kind of rattle the Dodgers. And I wish the Hurricanes just started forcing their way through a bit quicker and were a bit more physical for the entire game versus this last half of versus that last 30 seconds. Because I feel like we'd be looking at an entirely different scoreline overall. But Walsh and Ski able to find shots on their own right now out of 9 total. While the Hurricanes, I have to feel for Ricochet right now. That mental game has to be a little bit rattled. 2 direly needed shots just bouncing off the post. That's not what you want to do in grand finals, and that has to rattle your mentality a little bit. But right now, Dalton and Sainez are able to keep that momentum going, and Ricochet's doing a fantastic job on the defensive end. We just need to shut down the Dodgers more and keep pressure on as we go into match 4 with Dodgers at 2-1.
Yeah, you mentioned Ricochet there with those 2 shots. I think that the big takeaway for him is just, well, the whole team really is continue to rotate through, go for those physical plays, but quantity over quality right now. Ricochet's going for those real high and tight shots, trying to get real specific with the placement. You don't have to worry about that at this stage in the game, right? You just got to make sure that you're putting your shots on net. As they started to close that gap on the shot count last game, the Hurricanes had more opportunities, and they closed that gap on the scoreline, a 3-2 game. You don't want to get into a situation where you've only put 2 quality shots on goal and the Dodgers just so happen to be there and then not have enough shots to make up for that missing goal. So now Sainez trying to clear this one down to Dalton, get a redirect on towards goal, but he doesn't get it. Now Dalton back on his own half, trying to clear it downfield. The Dodgers now with some pressure, but some bumps from the Hurricanes could be an opportunity. Just an overshoot on the ball and a mistouch. They're going to give this ball down to the Dodgers, and they're going to take it down to the Hurricanes.
Ball center, dangerous position, but Walsh not able to get that touch. Dalton, though, can't chase after the ball, doesn't have the boost, doesn't have the momentum to follow through. So Ski going to try to pinch it away off of Dalton. Sainez looking for a body to commit some violence upon, but could not get there in time. Instead, we'll pass it up to Dalton. Dalton, not enough force behind it, but still good pressure for the Hurricanes. Needs to keep that momentum going forward. Sainez off into the corner. Ricochet looking for some violence on Walsh. Cannot get a demo, though. Has to go back for the defensive play. Sainez deflects it down low, but that's a bit too soft. Off the backboard. Walsh too far back, though. Probably getting a little bit wise about how aggressive the Hurricanes are playing, and is just waiting for them to make a mistake for a breakaway.
Yeah, looking for an opportunity that's not really coming. The Hurricanes are able to recover quickly enough here. There were a few open opportunities, but their recovery is just a little too fast. Dalton now looking to get down and chase this ball down in. He's been making some good setups. Ricochet now with an opportunity, going for that corner again, doesn't get it on target. Now another opportunity for Dalton, but that's cleared away by Walsh. Now Sainez getting this ball up towards the center. Toasty clearing this one down. Ricochet now deflect into the corner. A bit of a demo there on Toasty by Sainez, but it doesn't make anything come to fruition. Ricochet here controlling this one. Toasty trying to challenge off the respawn. Getting down there fast. Ski centering this ball down in. Going for the double tap, but Sainez gets a touch and Ricochet clears that away. Great defense here. Now a little bit of a chance for Dalton, and it's just off the crossbar. Another shot from Sainez, and it's cleared away by Walsh. Another hit from Ricochet just down into the corner. Could have sent that towards the net, but decided not to. Now violence, more shots, and more saves. What a game so far.
We have yet to see either side crack under pressure, but Ricochet might be looking for a chance. Soft touch with the wheels, but not enough forward momentum to put it into the net. Dalton tries to take it off the backboard. Sainez has a chance here. Doesn't really have the angle. Tries to force it anyways, but now has to boost off the Ski. Tries to get it clear. That's going to Toasty McGrosty. Toasty McGrosty, top corner, pocket it in.
Yeah, and you can see right now, look at this center, just some misplays, some whiffs, then Sainez trying to clear this one out right to the center of the field. The Hurricanes are in their own heads right now, and you could definitely see Ricochet there with another open net opportunity. He was thinking about it too hard. He got the touch. It was a little too soft, and he couldn't get enough power in there. A great opportunity there for the Hurricanes, and some more body play, but just not having the people in the right place at the right time to make good on these passes and these setups. Now Sainez coming off the left wall and serving his boost, getting it up over Ski, getting it past Walsh, and Dalton comes in and slams this one home. Great play. Look at this aerial play by Sainez.
Yeah, you can see Ski go up to contest, and Walsh tries to clear it off and away, but a nice touch, forces a 50 right down, kills all momentum, and all Dalton needs to do is just be there first. And he's able to do so as well. So now it's back to a 1-1 game, less than a minute left to go. Hurricanes can breathe at least a little easier, but they cannot relent. They have to keep that pressure going forward. Ski doesn't get a second touch. Sainez going for it off the ceiling shot, off the backboard, tries to get over a Ricochet. Ricochet just barely on target, but knocked away by Walsh, and Walsh picks up a demo. Very physical game so far. I think we've had about 8 demos on the field, but Dalton doesn't have the boost to play. Ski knocked away. Sainez picks up a extermination in this match alone. Picks up another one just as a little treat for themselves. Dalton down to center, tries to get a pass out. No one's around though. Ricochet tries to get around Walsh. Walsh with a smart 50. Tries to get the momentum forward. Sainez on top of it, over to Dalton. Dalton has a chance. Is trying to get a read off the backboard, off the roll, but cannot do so. Pass up to Ricochet. Over in the corner, Ski keeps it alive. It's still up high. Walsh knocks it over to Ski. Ski brings it down to ground. We're going to overtime for this one.
Gonna have overtime, and it's gonna be an exciting one now coming to the kickoff. Toasty trying to challenge this one. 2 50s off the kickoff. Walsh now clearing this off the side wall. It's gonna be another 50 there between Toasty and what looks like Dalton. It's gonna come up across to Walsh. Walsh is gonna clear it down to Ski. Now this ball is floating up in the center of the field. Walsh with a shot on target, and Ricochet is there to clear that away. Toasty's there to keep it in. It's down off the backboard. Dalton tries to clear it away. Oh, but it's just off the post, and the Dodgers can't put that one away. Sainez, just clearing that one away, but Walsh is there to keep it in. A lot of back and forth here on the Hurricane side, but they finally get this one away.
You can see Dalton trying to fire back some pressure of their own. Ricochet, soft touch down to the corner. Doesn't have a lot of boost to go after it. Sainez and Dalton right now, they rotated so far back, so deep. Smart pinch between them, puts that back over onto the Dodgers side, but Toasty is waiting. I'm kind of getting scared with these rotations on the Hurricanes. You saw Dalton and Sainez both going back, and that gives a lot of space for the Dodgers. Ricochet with a smart demo on Ski, all rolling forward. I'm hoping the Hurricanes can just keep peppering that ball, but they're not playing with a lot of boost. That's a breakaway opportunity. Ricochet gets a savior, knocks it up and away, upfield. Dalton, last one back. Toasty McRoasty gets it knocked down to ground. Walsh is going to continue that play and try to keep it going forward.
Yeah, the Hurricanes, they got a little panicky there for a second as the ball was in there at their own end for a little too long. But they're starting to work on the rotations a little bit more. Ball's in front of the net, and Walsh just off target there. Doesn't get the touch that he wants. Dalton now clearing this one down to Sainez, who gets it down to the middle of the field. Toasty kicking it out to the corner. Dalton trying to get a bit of a challenge, gets it back to the middle. The Hurricanes playing a kind of a soft third right now. So not really forcing any opportunities, just trying to take it as it comes. Sainez now taking this one out off the corner, going off the ceiling. A pass to the middle to Dalton, and it's off the crossbar. Sainez getting it down to the middle. Dalton keeping it in front of the net, but Toasty clears it away. Great opportunities by the Hurricanes. Should have taken the... Oh, and what a shot by Dalton. Ski isn't there. And the Hurricanes will take this game. They will even the series. What a shot. Ski just a little too much overcorrection there on the power slide.
Just a bit too much overcorrection from Ski, but also Walsh, no boost. Didn't have a chance to even recognize what was happening with that play. Dalton, just perfect aim too, gets it right behind Ski, who is caught in the center of the net, mind you, which is not a place you want to be when you are in a defensive position, but I can't blame Ski for that. If I was in his position, I would believe we were getting ready for an offensive push. I would be up there ready to push with them. Just Dalton, quick reaction off. Walsh not able to get there in time, recognizing no boost, no time to play.
A great game, ICB. Let's take a quick look at the stat line. 14 shots for the Hurricanes, a large departure from that last game. They had 7 saves. Then looking over at the Dodgers, they had 9 shots and they had 9 saves. That was quite the overtime game. But if you're the Hurricanes, that went just about the way that you want it to. And now the momentum kind of seems to be slightly in their favor.
I would agree with that. I feel like the Hurricanes, especially that last 10 seconds of overtime, were doing everything they wanted to. They were trying to force the Dodgers into awkward positions, force them to make a mistake, and they were able to do so. Just fantastic effort overall. I really wish that pass down to Sainez just went into the net, but now Dodgers tied up 2-2 in the series. Next one looking to blink. Toasty McRoasty brings it up too high. No one's around to pick it up. Sainez brings it off to the side. Ski off target, off the post. As the Hurricanes are able to break it off and away, Walsh gets it around one. Can't get her around the other two, though, as Sainez passes over to Ricochet, who brings it to ground.
Yeah, and Sainez definitely kind of pushing the boundaries here on some of his clears. He had that one that turned into a goal earlier on, and then he just cleared that one off the backboard, and it could have been, it was an opportunity for the Dodgers. It didn't turn into anything. You want to make sure that you're on defense, you're controlling the ball, you're very conscious of where you're sending the ball, but Ski now looking to send this one off the backboard, looking for a double tap, and just off the mark. He had everyone beat, but can't quite put it away. The Dodgers now maybe going towards a little bit more of a one-at-a-time methodology here on offense, starting to panic a little bit after that game, last game against the Hurricanes. Ricochet there with an opportunity. It would have been off the mark, but Ski's there to clear it away anyways. And you kind of feel like, even though there's no goals yet, the Hurricanes are kind of running this game.
Yeah, Dodgers may have 4 shots on right now, but none of them have been in a way that they favored. Maybe the closest one being that missed double tap chance from Ski, but now that might be the one misstep I see from the Hurricanes so far with that triple commit. Everyone's scrambling to get back in position. Toasty McRossi takes off to the backboard. Sainez tries to bring it down, is able to get around Toasty, but Walsh is deep in the back line, ready for that clear. Takes it back to the backboard. Sainez has to get back towards the net. Ball rolls up and over. Fortunate break for the Hurricanes there. Sainez brings it up to the side of the field. Walsh get the touch that they want. Instead, brings it down forward. Dalton looks for a chance, bring it on target. Right in front of Ski, but cannot clear it. Dalton taking that first goal for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, and you got to look back to Sainez there, who was going for a little bit of the disruption play. Doesn't really get the contact or the body that he wants, but it's just enough to get Ski just a little off kilter. And when Dalton puts that right in the center of the net, Ski can't get enough of it. And the Hurricanes right now are in control of this game, but what I see from the Dodgers as well is a little bit more of a conservative approach, which makes sense. You just finished game 4 on the series, you're at game 5. Whoever wins this has the advantage, right? So you don't want to give away too much too early. You want to play this one a little more conservatively, and if you can come out with a win, great. If you don't, you still have one more opportunity, but you don't want to throw that away. I think the Dodgers need to send the ball a bit more, and that one's just off target. Sainez now getting this one off the backboard, getting the touches that he wants, has the ball in the Dodgers side of the field, but Toasty clearing this one away. Ricochet keeping this one in. And now just a lot of pressure from the Hurricanes that we didn't see so far in this series. Ricochet going back deep, playing a little more conservatively. It pays out on that one, but Ski's coming in hot, and Dalton makes a good save. Right now, the Dodgers have a lot of shots, but not a lot to show for it. And just on the back check there, can't get back in time. Sainez puts that one away. Great pass from him.
Yeah, right now I'm loving what the Hurricanes are doing, which is they're just looking for good quality opportunities. They only have 5 shots, just a bit over half the shots from the Dodgers. Dodgers with 8 on their stat sheet right now, 4 of them from Ski, and just not really able to find a chance to put it into the back of the net. And I think this is more just a question of quantity over quality, and that might be going against them because the Hurricanes can just wait for them to miss and then take it away. And you can see Dalton carrying this ball up into the corner, gets it around Walsh. Walsh bumps him off, though. Ball almost on target. Sainez cannot find the back of the net. Instead, Ricochet is going to deflect. Doesn't have boost to play. Has to go around to the side. Walsh over to Toasty McRossi. Ball off the backboard. That's centered. Walsh off target. Sends it off to the opposite side to get it around Dalton, but cannot find the net. Walsh with bumps on Sainez. Let's bring it up forward. Right now, we're looking for the Dodgers to find something to work. They need to keep this momentum going. And I think passing plays are going to have to be the way it works out, because so far, Hurricanes have made it work in some life or quality. Toasty McRossi booms that off and away.
Yeah, I think too, ICB, I think that the Dodgers have kind of strayed away from what was working for them in the second and the third game there, an opportunity that doesn't go in for the Hurricanes yet again. But the big opportunity for the Dodgers is to just continue to play aggressive. They've let off the gas here in this game, and the Hurricanes are recognizing that. and they're continuing to pressure. And the Dodgers aren't going to manage to accomplish anything. Here's an opportunity for Ricochet. This ball doesn't waterfall the way that most would expect it to. Dalton trying to take a shot, doesn't go on target. This game's going to run out, and the Hurricane are going to take this a 3-2 lead. But if you're watching this game for the Dodgers, they had opportunities, but they just don't look like themselves compared to the 2 games that they won. And I think that it really comes down to just playing aggressive, pushing up. If you let the Hurricanes have too much space, then they're just going to run with it, as they've proven here in this game.
Yeah, Hurricanes just maintain that aggression. And I love that point you made about the Dodgers just letting go of the gas. It's a mentality thing. They're rattled. They're a bit worried because we had the match, we had the lead, and then we just dropped that last one. And now all of a sudden they're in front of us. It's 3-2 in the Hurricanes' favor. They're on match point. This could be the last opportunity for the Dodgers to make an appearance in Grand Finals for Academy League specifically, I should say. But
yeah, this is make or break, ICB, right? And the Hurricanes are on the threshold of winning Grand Finals, AL3s. If you're the Dodgers, what do you got? And you're not looking like yourselves. What do you say here in this 60 seconds? They readied up quick. What you play your game?
Just play the game, focus on rotations, and don't give the Hurricanes a moment to breathe. In order for tornadoes and hurricanes to happen, you have to let the wind blow. Just shut that down. Deny them opportunities. Don't let them just carry the ball away. Don't let them pound the backboard. Good control. Excellent passing plays are what's going to be the difference maker for the Dodgers, I think, as Toasty McRoasty tries to set it up for Ski, and Ski tries to set up for Walsh. Ball could have been on target, but Dalton was in the way there. Ski tries to get her around Ricochet. But right now, Dodgers are already starting off strong. They're trying to get setup passes going. You can see Walsh takes that pass from Toasty McRoasty off the waterfall. Gets that first goal for the Dodgers.
Yeah, like you said, just coming back to getting the pressure and being, I would say, unrelenting, right? When you sit back on your haunches, and just wait for the Hurricanes to do something, their forward check is it's so strong and it's so fast that when they get the touches that they want, and they're so aggressive once they start to push the ball towards the net, that it's hard to bounce back and recover from that. But if you keep the ball on their side of the field, then they have to play defensively, and you can rip multiple shots off. And just like the Dodgers have been doing in some of the other games, that's been paying dividends there. Dalton tying this game up, sealing that away. A missed double tap from Sainez. But, the Dodgers here just missed a double commit there. They missed off the aerial, and then the third man was nowhere to be found. So you're a little off kilter on your rotations. You got to control the ball while also trying to keep it on the Hurricanes side.
You got to control the ball, keep it on the Hurricanes side of the field. I love that point, but Ricochet able to dunk it right back in, takes this lead right back for the Hurricanes. Walsh just not able to get a good clear. Sends it right back to Ricochet, who is ready and waiting for that touch. What a read from Ricochet. Can someone just please clip that for play of the week for me? 2-1 now for the Hurricanes' favor.
ICB, I want to point out on that one, you'll notice if you go back and watch that one, all 3 players on the Dodgers side of the field were stacked up. They were all stacked up straight in a line, and you don't want to do that. Toasty with a great shot there to seal that one away. But notice how they're on this rotation, how Ski's there and Toasty's out to the right, and then you look back and you see you got Walsh is back kind of in the center of the field. You want that triangle. You don't want that column stack, and that's what bit them there on that last play, but they make good on that.
Absolutely. And I think one little mechanic they need to think about as well is replays are a point in time where you can quickly just check in with each other and start saying, why are we double committing? What's going on? We need to communicate clearly. Exercise trust in your team. You've played with them almost the entire season. We've been playing for a few months, at minimum about 10 weeks of game time in matches. You gotta trust your teammates to get the ball and not double commit. But right now, fortunately for the Dodgers, off that fantastic passing play, they got it back up to 2-2. Goes to McRoasty, last one back. You can see Ski rotating back. Walsh gets it around, smart pinch on the ground from Toasty McRoasty. But Ricochet's on top. That immediately rotates back. Ricochet, Ski just barely off target on that one. Fortunate break for the Hurricanes to not lose this chance as we hit that 2-minute mark. Hurricanes looking a little good right now, trying to get each other set up with passing plays, I think, Desk.
Yeah, just trying to set up the passing plays. But the Dodgers are doing what they've done best so far in this series, and that's adjust, right? They didn't adjust well last game, but they took the L and they're moving forward with this one. Sainez trying to get a double tap, doesn't quite get the touch that he wants. Toasty trying to pull this one out. But if you're the Dodgers right now, you just want to adjust. You got one more. Just take it one game at a time. And this game right now, I would say, I would give them, if we're giving them boxing points, so to speak, I would give it to the Dodgers right now, even with an incredible save from Walsh. Now trying to clear this one away. Ricochet putting this one towards the net, but Ski clears it away. Sainez now in the corner, setting it up for Dalton. A great setup. Not able to put that one home. Ski trying to clear it away, but there's a little bit of bumper cars being played. Walsh now putting that on target, and Sainez, a great clear off the post, off the corner. Toasty trying to keep it in, but it bounces back towards their side. And I don't know what Dalton's doing. I guess just stealing some boost, but the Hurricanes, they're just not really doing anything with the ball. They had a bit of an open opportunity they don't take advantage of.
I think Dalton was looking for a body there, was able to find one on Ski, but not really able to commit. Ball denied from the shot by Dalton once again. Ski puts it upfield and is trying to find a chance here. Sainez, though, gets in the way. Ricochet misses that aerial touch. Trying to play a little bit more forward. Was going to clear that back line. Instead, Sainez getting a bump on Toasty, getting in the way, trying to block it. You can see that chance for a pinch down from Dalton, but Ski gets in the way once more. Walsh, big boom upfield. Dalton stepping back, is able to shut it down. Walsh, though, almost on top of it. Instead, gets knocked over. Now we have Sainez over in the back, bringing it upfield. Ski 50s it. Looking for a chance. Ski is instead going to go for a demo. Tries to get Dalton, is not able to do so. And Sainez with a good clear sends it upfield with Dalton having plenty of time to get that touch. Toasty McRossi sends it in front of the net, and Walsh able to clear it away there.
Yeah, great series, great sequence there on the back and forth. Now we're looking at the Hurricanes are trying to provide a little bit more pressure. The Dodgers were kind of running this game. Now a little bit of an opportunity for the Dodgers as the Hurricanes scramble to get back, but they can't do anything with the ball. Sainez trying to ping that one up, out, and away, but just moves it right into the ceiling. Dalton now trying to control off the wall. The ball just kind of has a mind of its own right now for both teams. No one could seem to get a handle on it. Ricochet clearing this one into the corner. It looks like we might go to overtime, but this ball looks like it might be curving in. Could Ricochet get his redemption? Sainez puts this ball away. A great booming pass from Ricochet. And with 1 second left to go, the Hurricanes are in position to take the AL3's grand final.
Absolutely no way. You saw Ski just back up and Walsh not able to commit, but that's going to cost them the series. Hurricanes are your grand finals AL3's winners for season 15.
And I mean, first of all, ICB, no discredit to the Dodgers there. I mean, incredible that first game didn't go in their favor. They came back game 2 and 3, played really, really well. But I think just kind of nerves and the adjustments there in the last 2 games just proved too much for them to handle. And that's a bit of a rough way to go out. But Ricochet, do you want to talk about a little bit of a redemption story, right? A redemption arc. Missed 2 critical goals there in game 2 and game 3, but then just boom that last one up, and Sainez came, put it away. What a series from him.
Great series overall. And again, shout out to the Hurricanes. They are able to maintain control. A lot of folks put points on the Dodgers, but now people are cashing out on that. That's 383,000 channel points going to the folks who voted for the Hurricanes right now. Fantastic work from them. I love the series. It was a great back and forth. Just again, the question is game nerves, resilience, and mentality. The Hurricanes had it in hand once they picked it up after game 4.
Whew, yeah. very, very sweaty game. And, well, for those of you at home, don't go anywhere. We got plenty more. I'm going to go wipe myself off real quick, grab a drink, and then we'll be back for some more sweaty 8 o'clock action. We got the Champion League coming up next. ICB, thank you so much for joining me, and we'll catch you in a few minutes.